Alright, what's going on, guys? Dorohedoro episode 11 review. Hey, if you got a chance after the review, go check out my Death Note explained video that I just released yesterday. It's pretty damn awesome, but with that said, let's get into it. So this episode starts off with Dr. Kasakabe and the gang. There was Shin, and it looked like from the last episode that Shin was going to annihilate Dr. Kasakabe. He was going to straight up murder these guys. However, he's like, hey, Dr. Kasakabe, you remember me, right? When I was in the hole. It turns out Shin has some fond memories of Dr. Kasakabe. If you remember from a previous episode, Shin cut off his own arms looking for the veins that were dispensing smoke. And Dr. Kasakabe gave him a surgery to help him out with that. So he's very appreciative of that fact, and he doesn't want to hurt Dr. Kasakabe. We then go over to Chota and Nikaido, and Chota decides to show Nikaido a very legendary movie. A movie about En when he was a child growing up. So apparently, En was a baby, a rather ugly baby at that. But then because he killed his parents via turning them into mushrooms, he then got sold off to a factory where they siphoned off people's smoke and sold it off for cash. But then when they used up all his smoke and they were done with him, they decided to toss him into a river, and one of the devils passing by saw his corpse, or what he thought was a corpse, shoved it into a dumpster, which led straight to hell. And yeah, he was there for the next couple of years, turning everything in the area to mushrooms and chowing down. He then got rescued by Chitamaru and got sent back to the Sorcerer Realm. And first thing he does when he gets in the Sorcerer Realm, he goes to the factory that mistreated him as a baby, and he straight up obliterates those guys. He just kills everyone. He turns them all into mushrooms. Except for the people that were being abused by the factory owners. And he decides to pull those sorcerers into his club, if you will, and make an organization out of it. So now he's got himself an organization. Over the years, he begins to build it up. He's getting a lot of influence and money. However, something happens that kind of throws a corkscrew into his plans, and it's due to this Cross-Eyes guy. He's killing a lot of the members of the En family. Shin and Nikaido, being especially powerful magic users, decide to go to the area, and they find the guy, and just as it looks like Shin's beating his ass down, this guy just straight up murks them, both at the same time, son! So they're down for the count. It looks like it's all over until En shows up at the scene. You know, they're having a little battle. En turns everything into mushrooms, including the whole town. The town is called Mastema. And so he's thinking he won. He's like, oh, he must have been turned into a mushroom. Battle's over. But just then, he notices a corpse without a head going through a magic user door. And we're like, what the fuck was that? So was that Cayman? Was that Risu, who then became Cayman, the guy who's living inside of Cayman's mouth? We have no idea, because they don't really explain much more than that. But then we're back at the En mansion. Tamba, Cayman, and Fukuyama are at the mansion, and they're participating in a contest. More specifically, a meat bag contest in which they hope to win so that they can sell their meat bags at the En residence. It will bring in a lot of money, a lot of influence, a lot of fame, so they're very excited about this. However, when they get there, they notice that one of Tamba's ex-girlfriends, Asuka, is there as well. She's got a food truck, and she's going to be competing against Tamba in the gang. So, it's a cook-off. It's fucking raw, you donkey! Not that kind of cook-off. You know, just kind of a fun little sorcerer cook-off. However, Asuka, she's kind of using some sneaky tactics here. She's emitting this smoke into the air that's alluring all the men to her food truck. And, as a result of that, all the men are exuberant and say that her food is delicious, so she's getting a lot of the male support. It looks like she's got this thing in the bag. However, it turns out, due to her magic, she has this angel-like devil creature inside her truck that she feeds, and then he spits out these little heart cookies out of his stomach, and Man, this thing is so disgusting. But anyway, he spits them out of his stomach, and via the smoke, she's able to make the men believe that these things taste good. But they don't taste good, and as soon as her magic wears out, they all realize that, and she has to run away. Which leads En to go over to Tamba's meat bag stand, take one bite of his food, and he's like, okay, you win the contest. Tamba's like, wait, just like that? He's like, yep, good job, keep up the hard work. So a nice little comedic episode. You know, Dorohedoro really excels at providing a lot of wacky, dark humor that you never know what to expect. You know, it just gets darker and more gritty and more off the wall. It's like a zanier version of The Simpsons. So it's really great stuff. I had a lot of good laughs, and I really enjoyed this. And then at the end of the episode, Pieman takes Nikaido, he's running away with her, and he's telling her, hey, let's go back to the hole, let's escape from this place. I don't want to be here anymore, you don't want to be here anymore. But to his surprise, Nikaido says that she wants to stay with En. She's still under En's spell due to the fact that they signed contracts. And Pieman's like, look, if you're not coming, I'm gonna take you by force. And Nikaido ends the episode with, can you? So this is very interesting. With one episode to go, is Nikaido just gonna beat down Pieman's ass and just leave him for dead and go back to En? We don't really know. This is very fascinating. Is Nikaido gonna be En's partner forever now? A lot of questions before the final episode airs. And you know, I gotta say, in terms of another positive aspect I really enjoyed about this episode, when they were showing the film about En's past, there were a lot of nice scenes in there, a lot of artistic 2D art scenes, and they had a nice little monotone black, white, and gray aesthetic to it. That was visually splendid. I absolutely enjoyed that. So really nice episode, guys. A lot of laughs, a lot of action, a lot of blood as always. And I think we can expect that for the final episode as well. So until next time, guys, and before you click off this video, remember to go check out my Death Note review. I put a lot of hard work into that. I would appreciate if you could watch and like it. But until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.